So this morning I'm off to interview Mel Said from My Place Real Estate. She's over at Camp Hill or Whites Hill. I'm not really sure. I'll ask her what they call that area. And Camp Hill is it's really close to the city, so it'll be interesting to find out about why she set up her business there. I actually haven't had any dealings with Mel, she hasn't sold a house to me or found housing or anything. I met Mel through a mutual friend, and she's really dynamic and a lot of fun. Loves to have a glass of champagne and everything. So I reached out to her to ask if she wouldn't mind being interviewed, and she said yes. So I feel really honoured. She's a busy lady, so she's made time in her day this morning, so I'm heading there quite early. It is absolutely gorgeous here in Brisbane. It's quite cool. What is it? It's 9 degrees at 4:30 this morning when Michael and I got up to go to the gym. It was so cold, and I had gloves on, scarves on, jackets on. I even had my little sort of woolly headband thing to keep my ears warm. And it's only 9 degrees now. What is it? 7:30 in the morning. Anyway, so that's what I'm doing. I'm off, and I'll show you some photos when we get close. Smelling salts. So basically you have them sitting on your desk, and when you need to be rejuvenated, you just take a beautiful sniff.
Oh, they are amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they
so
are
instead
gorgeous.
of reaching for a coffee
Exquisite.
and that sort of thing, you can just reach for that, have a sniff.
Wow.
It really gets you into refocusing. Yeah, it grounds you again.
How did you know I needed that right now? Amazing. Good on you, clever lady. Oops, sorry.
You're right. So welcome to Bahari Bay Chat Room.
Thank you.
Ta-da!
Thank you so much for inviting me to come along today and have a chat with you.
Oh, thanks, Mel. So tell me about MySpace. What's it all about?
So MySpace Real Estate started 4 years ago. I've been located here at the Camp Hill Marketplace for nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
It's amazing how fast it goes. I got into real estate after doing development and renovating.
Okay, yep.
So my husband really pushed me to go and get my full license, which took time because I've got 2 little children.
Yeah.
And then he encouraged me to open up an office.
Good
So
on him.
that's what I did.
So he's on your team. He's
He
the one
is my driving force.
Yeah.
He is my mentor. He is my go-to person. He's amazing.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's lovely. And part that he's in your family as well.
Absolutely.
That you've got that really lovely relationship with him.
And I think it's really important to have your partner or your husband on side because, they understand, they can help out when you're working the extra hours or, he's self-employed as well, so he has his own business, but we tag team it with the kids and around school and, we just get organised for the week ahead, you know.
And it's been school holidays, so for us to even line this up,
I know.
It's about juggling everything, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
2 working parents with young kids, it does get tough, but it is that juggle.
And you manage, you do it,
And you need each other on each other's side, have each other's back.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's he sounds lovely.
He is, he's great.
Oh, that's good. And so why did you pick this spot, this position? Because it's gorgeous, you've got such great street, everything about this, it's just divine.
Thank you. Well, I'd never done a commercial lease before, so we were always at the Camp Hill Marketplace. We've been here for many years. This has been our local shopping centre.
Yeah.
So between the doctor with the kids, that's, they've they've had the same doctor since they were babies. Our post box is here. The Woolworths is here. So when this development grew and started, you know, the second phase of the marketplace, you know, the opportunity came up to be right on the street front, which was really a no-brainer for exposure. And being an independent business, it is really tough out there. You know, we're not the big real estate companies. So yeah, it was important to design something that was very different, very unique, that was eye-catching and has hundreds of cars passing every day.
Yeah, exactly. And it is eye-catching. It's
Thank
eye
you.
candy. I
Yeah,
walk
it's
in here
beautiful.
and think of Hamptons, you know, that colonial, coastal feel.
Wanted
It's
something really
gorgeous.
different. Yeah, something for
is.
people to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. I read about you have a concierge service.
Yes.
How fabulous is that?
Yes, so obviously with my previous experience of doing development and renovating, we had an opportunity to meet a lot of agents through buying and selling. And, you know, I guess there was a gap in the market for a one-stop shop. It's a really emotional journey, selling and buying, and there's so many emotions attached to a house. I mean, people can say that, nah, it's you know, I've got no emotional attachment, but there's always that, you know, the husband or the wife that does have that emotional attachment to the house. So it's a really big journey, especially if it's been your forever home and now you're downsizing. Things can get sort of lost, so you know, your gardens can sort of go off to the wayside, or you know, you lose interest and start collecting clutter, and you know, so we declutter people's houses.
So you go in and prepare it as well.
Yeah. So we pack everything up for them. You know, we are there every single step of the way. There's no pushing. It's not about, you know, once we've got the listing, right, a week later we've got to get it online, got to get this house sold.
Those photos taken.
Yeah. It can take 6 months.
So it's a process.
Absolutely.
And you're there from the start to end.
100%.
I didn't know that. That's fabulous.
Yeah.
And that would be really helpful for, like you said, people getting over that emotional sort of, what is it, a block of selling. Even if it's one that wants to sell but the other, that would really help that process.
It's also very hard because they've been in that house for such a long time that they don't see it from the outside. Like, I can go in and go, oh wow, this would look amazing if we just moved this around or did this, or let's take out, or you know, zhuzh up the garden by cutting down some trees, you know, like not massive trees, but just doing a bit of a trim. You know, and putting some mulch around and some flower pots and things like that, and it really is a transformation.
And seeing it with your fresh eyes. But I would think that you would also have a lot of creativity and design and detail. You'd look at all the detail to see what you know your clients are going to want to buy.
Well, that's another good thing about having such an amazing team working together. So I do have a stylist that I work really close with, and she'll come in and assist with the styling, and that is a separate package. You know, we do give our clients a voucher up to a certain amount, and then she'll come in and itemize certain things to make the house really pop inside.
What a fantastic concept.
Yeah.
And I think it's a woman's concept because it's, like you said, the overall package, that sort of thing, but you're going in there and assisting on that personal level.
Absolutely.
You're there.
Yeah.
It's not hand-holding, but it sort of is.
Yeah, well,
gentle.
it's really important. I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel, you know. It's just coming back to good old-fashioned customer service, and that's what people want.
Yeah.
You know, it's a rare thing.
It is. And what about this area? We're pretty close to the city, aren't we?
Yeah, we're only like 8 k's out, which is amazing. Camp Hill has really grown quite rapidly. You've got a great mix of families. You've got downsizers, investors, and you've also got young couples who are renting here wanting to purchase. So yeah, it's a good mix.
Good mix. But and like you said, there's families because it's all, because you can see out the window, everyone can't see, but it's all old homes and good
Post-war,
home, but big blocks.
That's right,
sort of
yeah,
thing as
600
well.
square metre plus blocks. There is a bit of development going around the area where they are slicing them into 300 square metres. Again, that is really working for the downsizers. It's also working for the busy families who don't want to take care of lawns, you know, because you've got the Whites Hill Reserve just around the corner. You often
walk
see...
that.
Oh, do you?
Walking group.
Oh,
My
really?
walking group, we go
Perfect.
there. Yeah. It's
So
gorgeous.
it is,
People,
it's fantastic.
kids play there. They said we never knew that this walking
It
area
is
was
the
out
hidden
the
little
back.
gem.
It's I love this area.
So how long do you walk around there?
We only do the half-hour one because I try and keep that walking group within that hour because everyone's so busy.
Yeah,
it's more a social sort of thing. But there are a couple of steep little hills that sort of get you a bit out of breath. Yeah. So because we're talking so much the whole way.
Of course. Oh, that'd be so much fun.
It is.
Yeah. Great way of connecting.
It's a great pocket around here. And like you said, 6 Ks to the city.
8 Ks out. Yeah. So I met with a client the other day having a look at a property on Boundary Road actually. She called me at 10 to 4 and said, oh, I'm just leaving the city now, and she was there by 4 o'clock.
Wow.
You know, so that's very close to the city.
We're very lucky in Brisbane.
We are.
We talked about the qualities that you bring to the business. What about you? What sort of is that Mel that you've brought to this business, do you think, that's been important?
So it's coming back to being there for my clients. I don't take on many listings for the reason that I need to be there, you know, and want to be there. So, you know, if a client calls and needs an answer, you know, I can answer my phone and, you know, shoot around and be at their house or, you know, help them. So it's really just coming back to that personal service that I found was really missing when I was selling. You know, it was really quite hard to get hold of my agent sometimes, you know, and I wouldn't hear from them for like 3 or 4 days. You know, so communication is a really big thing, and that's what I wanted to make.
People need to know that you're there.
Absolutely.
Because, like you said earlier, it's their baby, it's their house they've lived in maybe forever. And they want to know that someone's out there caring about it as much as them. That's great. I can see that you would bring that warmth as well to those people and to this business.
I love it. And you know, I really reiterate to my clients that I'm here 24/7, literally 24/7. So I do have quite a lot of elderly clients as well, you know, who are downsizing even further, you know, and it's about getting the best possible outcome for them, because that's the end of their retirement, you know, funds really, before they downsize even further. So getting the best result as well, and you know, their stress levels are running high too, so it's about nurturing them as well
and minimalising that as well. So what motivates you to get up and get into this office, apart from getting away from kids in the morning? This office
this is my third baby. I just adore coming here. It's like
I would.
It's when you've got a 6 and an 8-year-old, it is chaos at home, and this is the one untouched place that I can come to, where there's not sticky finger marks everywhere, and
breakfast
you know,
dishes
no chaos. Everything is as is.
It is a beautiful space. I'll take photos. I've done outside photos.
Okay.
But in a bit I'll take some photos outside. Because it is, I just love it.
It was very cleverly put together. So I'm very blessed with Janet Bailey who assisted in the retail design.
Isn't she so clever?
She's amazing.
I agree totally.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to other women out there thinking, I might get into real estate, I have I'm sort of liking this idea, I think I could do it. What do you think, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, just do it.
Just do it.
Don't think, do it. It's tough. It's really tough, and you know, you might be lucky to find the one office where you just mesh with everybody, or it might take 2 or 3 offices before you find the right fit. It's not easy. It's really not easy, but you know, you've got to stick with it. Most agents only last 2 years because they get burnt out. They get very exhausted.
2 years. That's quick.
Yeah,
Really
because
quick.
they think that it's a quick, you know, money-making thing, but you've got to go into it mentally of, is this my future? You know, this business I'm setting up for my children. You know, I don't know whether they want to take it on after, you know, but I would love, you know, them to be part of the business.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you're a woman out there that is thinking about getting into real estate, just do it. Stick with it. It's hard, but you will. Every day is a roller coaster. It's a new day, and new experiences, and
Slow burn.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Working towards it.
Yeah.
I have a tendency to go just completely gung-ho, become obsessed with things, completely immersed in everything that I'm doing, and completely burn out quickly. Have to have like close the curtain afternoons,
Absolutely.
you know, slippers on under the blankets and get that back. So 2 years is really quick for a career sort of burnout, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
I really try to make Sundays a family day. And, you know, I try to really disconnect from my phone between 6 and 8:30 when I get home, and the kids are my focus. But it's also very, very hard. But I'm learning because, you know, I know that I can always get back to my clients, you know, at 9 o'clock, and they're fully aware that I have 2 little children, and they're my primary focus between those hours. And most people have got children, you know, so they understand.
totally. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.